Hi guys, welcome to week 14. So for this week, I want you to just go through your grades and check for any missing quizzes. There's several of you that either skipped a quiz here or there, and so if you can just kind of go through and make sure that you aren't forgetting to submit any of those quizzes. And then, so basically for this week, you will continue working on your museum project. It is due on Sunday or December 4th, so hopefully you guys have started. And I know that the break, some of you had mentioned that you weren't able to get the quizzes in on time and the discussion. That's fine. You guys have the 2-day grace period, and so you guys can have this week to also catch up on week 13. And so it is still open, so you guys can go back. So like if you didn't do quiz 11, it's still available for you. And then for those of you that have are ready to kind of move on, you've got everything in. The StudyMate review for the final is already up, so you guys can definitely click on the link and go through the review for that. So this is the same type of review that we had last time. So and then so let me just go really quick through some stuff. So like I said, week 10 through week 14 will be open for y'all to just kind of go through those quizzes. I know that towards the end we got a little bit kind of behind with holidays and stuff, and I get it, it's fine. So your virtual museum, that is what is due this on the 4th, right? And so it seems like far away, but yet you guys realize that it's this weekend. So if you haven't gotten a chance to get this started, remember that the idea is to go to a museum and find a picture or find an artwork. It could be anything, sculpture, graffiti, whatever, painting, but the idea is for you to go on an outing and find something. And I did say that if you guys can't go to a museum, you definitely could use the virtual museum. And so there's a couple of links here for you that you can pick from so that you can find an artwork and an art piece. So there's several stuff there that you can look through. And just remember that you only need to talk about one piece, right? And so if you guys have gone through the information on this virtual museum, it will be helpful, but just remember that you are using the Feldman's method of critique for this assignment. So you have those 4 steps. You have observation, and let me see, hold on. So this is what your presentation would look like, right? And so you have your introduction, the name of the work, your picture of the work, and then the observation, right? So you're presenting it in the third person, giving me a virtual description of the work. So just basically telling me what you see what you see on the picture, right? So you're describing it to me. Pretend I can't see it, so how would you describe it, right? So you have to give me details on what we're looking at, the size of the canvas, the shape of the object, and stuff like that. If you're saying that there's many colors, you're going to give me like the actual colors, right? And then the second part is your formal analysis. And so this is where you talk about the principles and elements of art, right? So this is step 2. So only choose the elements and principles that are related to your work. So there's several different elements and principles. You have contrast, color, line, shape. And so from all those, just pick what is what's going to work for your piece, right? So this is going to be your evidence and your support that's going to help you in your interpretation, right? So, for example, you could say the artist uses directional lines to draw the viewer to the center, creating an area of emphasis, right? So you're not only telling me the element, but you're also telling me how they're using it, right? So if they're using directional lines, how are they using it and where is it taking you, right? And so it's taking you to the focal point, right? So that's the second part. And then you have the interpretation. This is where you're going to tell me what you think the piece is about, right? And so when you're looking at the piece, you're giving me not research information, but information that you think based on steps 1 and 2, right? So from the evidence of your observation and analysis, based on that, how did you come to this conclusion, right? And so you have to support that, right? So give me what you think the piece is about. And then the last part is your objective judgment, right? And so here, this is where you're going to tell me what what the piece is really about, right? So you're going to base it on research. So, just a quick kind of synopsis of what the piece is really about. And then make sure that you have your work cited for that as well, because you will have to put a slide in the end for that. And then there's several questions in the end asking you, like, if you find that the work is valuable. So is it just a beautiful piece of artwork, or does it convey an important message? Is it a social message? Is it religious? So some kind of information on what the work is about, right? And then, do you think that the work has benefits for others, right? Do you feel that the work communicates an idea, a feeling, or principle that would have value for others, right? So how could it possibly benefit others? And then just the very last is just basically like how you feel about the work. Like, do you think that it's a good piece of work, or do you think that it kind of failed, right? And so that, again, that's your opinion on the work, right? And so just kind of explain why. And then this would be your final piece, where you would show the 3 different pieces of artwork that you liked, right? So these are like kind of your proof of attendance, right, from the outing, and then your works cited page, right? And so make sure that you give the sources that you used for your research. And that's basically what your piece should, or your projects should look like. Where's my recorder? There are a couple of examples on here of some different students that have submitted work, and so just kind of to give you an idea of what your presentation should look like. And so, yeah, that's about it. If you guys have any questions on this assignment, please reach out this week. Yeah, make sure that you go back and look at those weeks that are open and catch up on those missing assignments. Thanks. Have a great week.